3G Welding in Little Rock. Just want to put y'all up on some game for those who want to dive into construction. You got to take the 3G Unlimited test, and you can start off over $25 an hour if you can pass this test doing bridge construction. Now they have some regular construction. They want you to pass an unlimited 3G uphill and overhead, and they start you out at $26 an hour for construction. Vertical up and overhead. If you want to do the bridge welding, just vertical up, unlimited plate. They starting out, one of my last students just got started out about $25. Fresh out of school, fam, that's a game changer. People go to college to make $25 an hour. You know, it's just what it is. So he finished school after 16 weeks. Now he's making 25. So there is 3G money in Little Rock. They're doing a lot of bridge construction, a lot of buildings and add-ons. It's going down, fam. You see cranes in the city. If you see cranes, you know they paying. You know what I'm saying? When you see them cranes, you know they paying, fam. So I kind of just wanted to come in today. I was actually working on a practice coupon and wanted to talk about one of the things that's commonly problems, and when you're doing this test, one of the common problems is the top portion of the plate will fill out a lot quicker than the bottom portion. People tend to go faster when they get started and slow down up in, you know, about middle wide of the plate on up. So what you have to do to keep the plate from getting real out of whack on you, you want to stop and start running stringer beads up until you can feel the plate up where it's all even. Then you continue your bead. So that's what I'm actually doing right now. I'm gonna go close and let y'all see it. So you see how he got started, and you see that the bottom of it, he's still in, and at the top is almost filled out. So our goal is to run some beads here, get it filled up to match this. That way you just start running our stringers to cap this and get it done. But this is a common problem. It happens when you're taking your 3G test, so be patient. Also, I want to say this. If you're taking the D1.1 3G, it's going to be a lot easier, the D1.1, because you can use your grinder. I love D-Walk, fam. Love D-Walk, so you know I always got D-Walk. Now, I'm not promoted by them, but I love my buy them anyway. I really think they're good grinders. Now, they got a lot of good grinders out there, so everybody got their favorites, but you can use your grinder on this D1.1 test. So if you get any flaws or something, you can grind with it. When you're doing that bridge test and you're doing 3G uphill, you can't use a grinder. You can only use your hand to just this, a scraper to side up, and your light. That's about it. That's about all you can use when you're taking that test. So just keep that in mind. But there's a lot of money going on right now in construction for those who want to dive into the construction. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, just so you know. In Little Rock, Arkansas. So if you want to dive into construction, they paying pretty decent right now. Like I say, if you can pass this test, the 1-inch test for sure, you're going to dive over $25 an hour. So, and then like I say, the rest of it you're going to learn on the job. You're going to learn a lot of different things about construction while you're out there. But if you got your OSHA 10 and you got your cert, fam, you can start making money here at Little Rock in other cities too. There's a lot of cities doing a lot of bridge construction, building, add-ons, high rises. It's all going down. So I'm gonna dive in this. I'm actually gonna use some of my smaller rods that we left down here. We're gonna use some of these smaller ones. Like we're just coming up right into this line. Now you see why I stopped at it. So the goal is just to build the bottom of the plate up. say for rule of thumb, when you're knocking the slag off, always do this, because that slag can pop, and it's going to stick to wherever it can stick to. I'm going to let you know that off the top, so. Put it in already. You got to get this bottom even with the top. That's the goal. Yes, I'm using 7018. Right now, I got it set on about 110 amps. And now I got more of a level playing field. I'm going halfway up because I had I had a student in here practicing, and he started to fill the top up more than the bottom. So the bottom was like had an indentation in it. So I wanted to fill it up to match the top, so that way we can keep running stringer beads, because you have this problem when you test it. Sometimes the top can fill up before the bottom. So you want to slow down a little bit at your bottom and make sure that it's tying in and everything. Then you can fall back like I'm about to now. I can start running my stringer bead here and then bringing it over. And then I'll be able to start preparing for my cap. So that's what I was doing. I'm actually building the plate up some. Let me go check on my student, see what he got going on. I'll be right back, fam.
That watch it's more violent, so you really have to really watch that one. But like I said, that's not going to be the one you test on. I can do it off of it. After we do all positions. No, you know what to look for. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
All right, fam. Back. We're about to dive back into it. Like I say, my goal with this was to fill it up some because he literally going too fast and going too slow and added more filler metal in at the top than the bottom. So you just want to look out there when you test it, fam. Make it easy for yourself. But that's the easy way to fix it. So you see how I did that? I just marked my lines. I came up here. I filled it in. Now let the plate breathe some because if you've been getting back into it, it's going to be hot. So you don't want it to overheat your plate, man. So see, let it cool for a second. Then you can dive in here and start running your stringers. So now I'm going to start running my stringers. That's going to prepare me for my cap. And that's the man. I'm going to give y'all another pointer that I want to say real quick. When you're doing this test and you're getting prepared, you don't want to have no tie-ins when you're running your strings. You want to start at the bottom and finish at the top. Hold on, let me check to make sure I answer your questions. Yes. Well, actually both, fam. So what the situation on this is, as he was filling it in, he was going faster at the bottom and started slow down at the top and putting more metal at the top. So after I cleaned it up and fixed it, it had more of an indentation at the bottom. So I filled the plate up just running stringers to make it match the previous welds up here. So now all I have to do is just run stringers to get him back in line. So sometimes you have to do small things like that to correct it, but easy fix though. It happens in the field, fam. It happens. I know several people that's been doing it for a while. I know y'all have faced this problem where you're welding and either the top or the bottom tend to build up quicker than your than the others. So that one turned out pretty good, pretty well. Now, my goal is to have him prepared for a cap. So now I'm just gonna be running stringers. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you honestly, I like to set my rod about like this, but I push more for a 90. I might have a slight push like this, but I shoot for the 90. I think doing the uphill shoot for the 90, you're gonna have a slight push and you should be fine. Yeah, I'll show you a close up right before I start. So this is where we at right now. Let me get down here. This is where we at right now. We're about to start running another bead in. And like I say, I correct the plate. So our goal is to get it straightened out so we can finish capping it. So we finna dive back into it, family. And having a little time to let it cool is not gonna hurt. All right. I'll be right back, family. That's good. So our goal on this one, fam, is to build the plate up. So we get it built up, so that way we can cap it. And like I say, when you're doing the stringer parts, the goal is to have less tie-ins as possible. You don't even want none. If you don't have to have them, you only want tie-ins in your root pads and in your hot pads. Now I'm gonna let it hesitate for a second, let it cool a little bit. You reduce the splatter in a few different ways. If you got too much amperage, you're going to have splatter. So you want to watch your amperage. With the 7018, depends on if you're going flat, horizontal, overhead. If you flat on it, I like to burn hotter. I burn the 1/8 inch about 120, 125 flat. So the goal to keep the splatter from getting in there is to keep a tight arc. The tighter your gap is, like no BS, the tighter your gap is, the better the weld is going to turn out, and you're going to have no splatter. It won't be as bright, and you can actually see where you're going. All about having a tight arc. Tight arc. There's three main things I love to say: travel speed, angle, and gap. You do all those things right there, fam. You went there for the swimwear. You hear me? What you mean? What filter I'm running? You got me. You caught me off guard with that one. What you talking about? You talking about what filler rod I'm running? A 7018 8 inches. That's what you're saying. What filler rod I'm running? 7018 8 inches. Like I said, you got to build through good. Actually, a lot of heat on it, so I'm letting it cool just a hair. We're gonna walk over here and go peek on some of the other students. I got a couple students in here doing their thing, so we're gonna peek on them. He's doing horizontal 60-10. And we got him on flat 70-18. Don't look bad. So he's running flat, and he's got it on 120 amps.
Stop looking a lot better.
Yep. You did a lot better. That looks a lot better. See, you getting it, fam. This is actually this is week 2, actually. This is our second weekend. And they already went from, I got him working on 60-10s and 70-18s at the same time. We'll flip the plate. So one side we'll do 60-10s, and he'll go all the way up with the weld beads and learning how to tie them in and keep them straight. And then we'll flip them on the other side and do the same thing with the 70-18. That way they can be a little versatile with the rods. Now, and we're going to dive back into it. Hopefully y'all can see me. I appreciate everybody for checking in. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, family. I'm in Little Rock, Arkansas, Southwest Little Rock. If y'all want to get signed into my program, it's 16 weeks. You learn stick welding, flux core welding, and MIG welding in 4 positions, but we test you into, help you get your OSHA 10, teach you how to use the plasma torch and the cutting torch, and we help you with job placement. In my personal opinion, it's a win-win, family. It's a win-win. Salute, salute. Thanks for checking in, King. Thanks for checking in. So I'm about to fire this up. So like I say, if you know somebody in Little Rock, Arkansas, and surrounding areas, and they need to get a welding career and they don't want to break the bank, but make a bank, get them to sign up at the Goodwill Academy off of Scott Hamilton Drive in Southwest Little Rock, where you can be able to invest a little money to make a lot of money. That's what you want to do, man. Just for future references. Yes, the fumes can be toxic, so don't be just breathing them in, but nah, it don't bother me. going straight up. It ain't going up my mouth or nothing, so I'm good. But you do want to stay outside of the smoke. You don't want to just have it coming in and breathing all that stuff in because it is toxic now. But I want to say this: when you're running this test, keep in mind that you want to watch your travel speed. Travel speed is important, so don't get to the test and forget the basic principles. Remember your travel speed. Cleanliness is next to godliness, so clean it every time. It's a practice, even when you're practicing. Every time you run a bead and you still got a lot of slag on it, clean that stuff off and then run another one. And that forms a good habit of a proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. The purpose of a root pass. The purpose of the root pass is actually to connect the two separate pieces of metal. So if you want to make the two pieces one piece, you'll separate it some so that way it have a gap in it. And you run a root pass to actually make it one piece, one full united piece. If you butt it up together, it won't have full penetration on the other side. It'll be butted up. So keep that in mind. Hold up for a second, family.
We're actually going to have
I was back here doing a little work myself. Yeah, I'm actually going live. I got a class. I'm teaching online, showing them how to do this. So we're killing two birds with one stone.
I got them live teaching them.
So why didn't you come in what cheese, like I'll bring my boots with me because I just go up the side and
I wouldn't walk with it.
yeah. Okay, in a long sleeve shirt, right?
Well, you ain't got to have a long sleeve shirt. You don't have to get it.
Okay. Got it.
Monday. Hey, right here. You put your foot back. I'm telling you, I want to throw a ball in there. Just think about it. Oh, look, see him doing some work over there. Yeah, he burning.
What up with it, fam? So I got a new student, so I'm gonna let y'all see it real quick. And my new student, she gonna start.
Not me.
Not Miss P. That's Pressure P right there. She gonna start. She gonna got a new student, fam. We gonna be learning. Ain't never did it before, right? Never done it before. So we're gonna be teaching her how to weld, fam. So it's gonna be exciting. So make sure y'all stay in tune with us. Let's check him out real quick. Hold on. I've been watching him for a second. Good and tight, man. That's good. So did y'all notice? Did you notice how tight it was? It wasn't a lot of sparks and flames because he kept it tight the whole time. Knock that slag off, man. Show us what we're working with. It looked too good before we let you go. Just a little bit. See, he's working on his sides. He did pretty good though. Oh yeah, he's gonna be all right, fam. He's gonna clean that up. He's gonna be all right. Well, fam, you know where we at. Y'all want to get some classes, come down to Scott Hamilton Drive, Southwest Little Rock. Learn from one of the best. Hold on.
Diamond shopping on Bathhouse Road.